Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Roberto Valley. I live in Kirby, Vermont, heart of the Northeast Kingdom. I'm a teacher and administrator at St. John's Area Academy. I come to you today as both a father and as an educator with serious concern with what has been proposed to this legislative body. My family and I moved to Vermont 10 years ago, drawn by the unique mix of proud traditions and progressive spirit that defines us. Part of that progressive spirit that drew us here included true school choice. When we arrived in Vermont, we started our oldest daughter, Luca, in the public school system. After 2 years of attendance in public schools, we found that our daughter's learning modalities did not match those offered to her in the public school setting. We then enrolled her in a local Catholic school, and again experienced the same mismatch of learning styles and teaching styles. At great financial risk, we sold our home and moved to the town of Kirby, which offers school choice for the simple reason that the town has no schools of its own. Our daughter is now in her third year at the Riverside School in Lindenville and has found an educational setting that provides instruction that meets her learning styles. My daughter is very happy at this school because it's the right fit for her. The redistricting proposal that is before this legislative body will take away my daughter's choice of attending the Riverside School and will force her to attend one of the area public schools. Living in a town without a school also creates the problem of a guaranteed spot in one of the area public schools from year to year. For example, our youngest daughter, Pilar, currently attends the Waterford Preschool, but next year will be unable to attend kindergarten at that same school due to the limits on class size. If the current legislation is approved, will both my daughters have to attend different schools and have no guarantees to whether or not they will be able to attend the same school from year to year? This is not choice. This is not progressive. This is regressive legislation that will create a giant step backwards for the state of Vermont's educational system. I come to you today to ask you to seriously consider that what has been proposed will bring to an end the progressive and independent nature of education in Vermont. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for holding this hearing and hearing from all the people out here. My name is Wilton. I was a legislator. I was a member of the Senate Education Committee. I know full well the choices you have in front of you will be difficult, and this is a tough year, and these choices will not be easy. But having said that, I have thought about education for a long time and put together a 2-page education concept, which the Senate education members all have, and I'll ensure that the House members have it by email tomorrow. In brief, my concept supports district governance consolidation to 16 districts, and there are good reasons for that, centered on the tech center concept, which I believe is supported in the transformation document, but it also involves expanding school choice, which I think is so important, to include approved independent schools as well. I support the district consolidation concept in S252, but I think there's much missing from the bill, particularly with regard to school choice. And those are the comments I want to leave you with tonight. I encourage the legislature to consider the following relating to choice. Districts that are too small will lack choice opportunities. If you don't have at least 3 high schools within a choice district, you don't have fruitful school choice. You won't have fruitful opportunities for diversification of high schools and diversification of curriculum. Choice must be expanded, not contracted, in order to transform Vermont education. Without choice, Vermont small schools, the very smallest of schools, some of which are real gems, will not survive. Choice must be the role of the parents, not the district or the administration of the schools. Empower the parents. Choice must include approved independent schools. Choice is an economic driver. You've heard that a couple of times tonight. And most importantly, I firmly believe school choice is local control.
First of all, I want to thank you for your time, putting this hearing together, a very important topic. I'm going to make it very brief, very short. I think, as you've heard many times today, I think choice has to be the underlying concern of everything we do. The other thing I'd like to just throw out there for your consideration when we move forward is we need to make sure that the dollars we spend are spent in the classroom or more dollars in the classroom than not. And that's my comment.
Hello, my name is Cassie Lee, and I live in Pittsfield. I am 14 years old and a freshman at the Sharon Academy. I am concerned that independent schools will no longer be an option for students from school choice towns. Independent schools offer an education that is cost-effective for taxpayers. They also provide an education that is focused on the student and a community where learning is encouraged and supported by both teachers and classmates. Schools and curricula are not built so that they will fit every student who takes part in them. The curriculum that I am currently learning from is unique from many schools, and the public speaking, research skills, and awareness of environment that the curriculum promotes benefits students in amazing ways. Graduates leave the school with a well-rounded mind, dreams, and plans for their lives. My dream is to be a teacher, working for Teach for America. This was inspired by my own English teacher. My family moved specifically because they wanted my sister and me to be able to attend the Sharon Academy. It suits my educational and community needs. The ability for students to choose their education is crucial to their future. This is the next generation of young people. Please consider them and their education.
Hello. My name is Melissa Shekinah. I'm a resident of Stockbridge and a single mother of 2 girls. I agree with allowing more school choices to towns of which currently have limited choices. And I believe the current sending towns should be able to maintain their current school choices and be exempt from the boundaries the new educational districts would impose. To expand educational boundaries is a step in the right direction. So I ask that we not take a step back by restricting 1/3 of Vermont towns, the current sending towns, as this would disrupt the schools, students, and families that depend on the current method of school choice. Even with the transitional period, students enrolled in a middle school outside of the suggested school district may not be allowed to continue on to the high school, as this could be seen as a different school. This will separate friends and siblings. A student would be able to finish in their current school, but their younger sibling not currently enrolled past the suggested educational district would not be able to follow in their footsteps. This imposes a difficult choice on families who would be burdened by sending their children to 2 different school districts. As I understand it, Bill S-252 essentially condemns small schools to be consolidated with larger schools within 10 vehicular miles. With school choice within and beyond the proposed districts, selecting schools to merge together is unneeded and should be removed. Parents will place their kids in schools they feel their children will thrive in, and the schools that are not faring well will close due to parental discretion and not due to bureaucratic measures. Please continue to make education in Vermont better. Give school choice to towns who have gone without it this whole time, and preserve the sending towns' relationships with the schools they've already grown to love and support by keeping the current sending towns' choices as is. Let parents choose what is the best school without fear of closure or geographic district restriction.
My name is Stephen Farrington. I'm a native Vermonter, a resident of Stockbridge, a parent of 2 school-aged children, and a student of systems and organizations. I passed Abraham Lincoln in the hall and recalled that he said, "You can't fool all of the people all of the time." And to that universal theme, I'd like to add a corollary that one school or one school system cannot be all things to all students all of the time. Being all things to all students requires a system of systems that exhibits diversity at all levels of the structure and enables broad autonomy of action at every level as well. And nowhere is autonomy to effect change more important than the level of the teacher, or even more so, the family. While our public schools, their governance structures and regulations are effective at enabling a range of styles and delivery models that serve many students very well, the range of opportunities this system is capable of providing cannot be optimal for every single child. And despite the potential economic benefits of widespread consolidation, further concentration of authority and homogenization of the diversity that exists at various levels of the public school structure are not what will ensure that this system becomes optimal for everyone. In my town and 89 others in Vermont, we have found that local control and the system of tuitioning we have relied on for well over 100 years does provide for the needs of all our children